On today's video, I want to talk about what it actually takes to get a woman to sleep with you. What makes her crave you sexually? What makes her desire you in that way, as opposed to maybe a friend or just someone who she's dating casually and doesn't see it going anywhere further than that. Okay, so we're going to discuss that. And there is a little bit of a formula here just as a way to understand how this works for women. And when you learn this, what's going to happen is you're going to have the inside look of what's going on inside of a female's brain. So you're really going to have that upper hand there, and that's going to help you with being able to understand how women think so you can meet more of them, so you can get into casual sexual relationships with them, but even more is in a relationship as well. So you can even go deeper down that path. Either way, we're talking about what it really means for a woman to be attracted to you. And that starts off with the first part of this formula. So in order for a woman to want to sleep with you, she needs attraction and she needs comfort. Okay, she needs both. Okay, she needs attraction and she needs comfort. Comfort is this idea of safety. If a woman doesn't feel safe, she's not going to want to sleep with you. If a woman feels judged by you, or if she feels that you think that she's slutty, all right, these are judgments. If she feels that way, she's not going to want to sleep with you. A woman is always monitoring her social standing. She doesn't want that to be perceived of her. As you know, it's not really cool for women to be sleeping with a lot of men. I'm not saying that as a fact. I'm saying that women think that way. They don't think it's cool. They don't go off and show off how many guys they slept with, right? I know a lot of guys do that. It's just a little bit different here. Women don't think that way. They're not thinking, ooh, yeah, how many guys can I sleep with this weekend? It's not like a trophy to them, okay? They don't want to be labeled as sluts, so you can't make her feel that way. So she needs to feel like she knows you a little bit, right? Yes, I know you can have one-night stands and those things can happen, but when a woman decides to sleep with you, she has to feel like she knows you. You can't be a complete stranger, okay? Again, with exceptions. There's some, kinky things that women like and people like where it's just like very quick sex, but that's an exception. Women have to feel like they know who you are. You're not some sort of stranger. You're not some sort of creep. And so in order to do this, to build this safety, to build this comfort and trust, you need to be spending a little bit of time with her. Okay, that means that when you're going up to a girl and approaching them, you're not going to necessarily get her number after 2 minutes of talking to her, for example. You need to talk to her for a little bit so she gets to know who you are. By the way, this relates to attraction too, which we're going to go into in just a second here. That's the second part of the formula. But again, we're talking about her getting to know you, her spending time with you, her going on a date with you and understanding who you are, and she feels like she knows who you are. One way to do this is by, the first time you meet a woman and you go on a date with her, for example, maybe it's off of an online dating site, is do a restaurant, go to another place to get a drink, go to another place to get another bite to eat, go for a walk somewhere. This is going to make her and you also feel like you guys have been getting to know each other a little bit longer. There's also when you first meet a girl and do a cold approach, you guys might be hanging out by the bar, then you might walk outside for a little bit, then you might go to another place in the bar or the restaurant. Maybe you guys end up going back to your place, so now you're at another place. So again, this time together, it's making her feel safe, it's making her feel a little bit more trusting of you and a little bit more comfortable. So that's the first part that she's gonna need in order to want to have sex with you. The second part is attraction, something I talk a lot about on this channel. We're talking about tension, entertainment, and dominance, my little acronym for attraction, which makes her actually like you. And the idea of this is showing your personality. Okay, you're showing off your personality, and you're doing that through tension, entertainment, and dominance. This is all your behavior. And behavior is so strong in terms of attraction, and it holds such a heavy weight because that's harder to fake. Now, when it comes to attraction and TED, I go way deeper into this in my Hooked program, where I dive into every single one of these and give a lot of examples of how it all works together. But just to give you a brief overview, T stands for tension, E stands for entertainment, and D stands for dominance. These are the behaviors that you're going to be doing that's going to build attraction with her. So tension is going to be giving her really good eye contact. It's going to be qualifying her, making sure that, saying things that make sure that she's someone who you actually want to be with. So that's making you more of a challenge to be with. Entertainment is about having fun in the interaction and not being so caught up in impressing her. So doing and saying things that are making yourself feel good and prioritizing your entertainment over hers. And then D is dominance. So this is another way to display your personality, which is you being more assertive in the interaction. So what that means is that you're going to be leading the interaction from the moment you meet her to the moment you guys are in the bedroom. You're going to be the one who's going to ask her on the date, get her number, text her first, find a place for you guys to go on a date, bring her back to your place, and escalate from there. You're also going to be talking in a downward tonality in the way that I'm speaking to you right now. That's very dominant, a commanding tone, and that's also more attractive. Okay, so those are some examples of what TED is. And again, TED is the formula for attraction, and the overarching concept here in theory is you build attraction, you build comfort, so she's attracted and she trusts you, and then that comes together, and then you get what's called compliance. Meaning, when you're moving the interaction forward, she's going to say yes. She's going to want to walk over with you to the bar. She's going to want to kiss you. She's going to want to go on a date with you. She's going to want to come back to your place. She's going to want to have sex with you. So as long as you're building up your personality through tension, entertainment, and dominance, and making sure she feels safe and comfortable, boom, there you go. And that's how it works for a woman in terms of having sex with you. More on that in my Hooked program, which I'll put a link down below and you can check that out. Let me know if you're tapping into any of these right now. Write a comment down below if any of this is something that you've done and it's worked for you. I want to hear from you. We all want to hear from you, so write a comment, make sure you do that. And I will see you on the next video.